The wedding was meant to end a war. Every alliance was signed. Every threat neutralized. Nothing was supposed to go wrong, until she stepped forward and kissed the most feared mafia boss in Seoul, right in front of his bride. Gasps rippled through the room. Eyes turned, whispers spread like wildfire. The bride froze, her hands trembling, and in that frozen moment, the impossible question formed in everyone's mind. Who was she and why would she do this? Let me take you back to where this all started. 3 weeks before the kiss that would change everything. Seoul. The city of deals made in shadows and promises sealed in blood. Jin-woo wasn't just any mafia boss. He was the boss. 29 years old. Ice in his veins. A reputation built on fear and precision. They called him the Glacier, because when he moved, whole empires froze. And on this particular Tuesday night he was about to meet someone who would crack that ice wide open. Her name was Jasmine. She wasn't supposed to be in Seoul. She wasn't supposed to exist in his world at all. But here's the thing about fate, it doesn't ask permission. Jasmine walked into the Onigashima restaurant like she owned it. Heads turned. Not just because she was stunning, but because she carried herself like someone who knew secrets. Dangerous secrets. Jin-woo saw her immediately. And for the first time in 5 years, something flickered across his face. Recognition? No. Something deeper. She didn't walk to his table. That would be too obvious. Instead, Jasmine sat at the bar, ordered a whiskey neat and waited. Jin-woo's associate Min-ho leaned in. Boss, you want me to? No. One word. Absolute. He crossed the restaurant in 12 steps. I know, because later security footage would be analyzed frame by frame. 12 steps that would unravel everything. You're in the wrong part of town, Jin-woo said in English, his accent precise. Jasmine turned slow. Deliberate. Am I? 2 seconds of silence. In the underworld, 2 seconds is a lifetime. You have 15 seconds to tell me why I shouldn't have you removed. She smiled. Not warm. Not afraid. Because your wedding planner is about to make a mistake that will get you killed. Jin-woo's expression didn't change. But his right hand, the one Min-ho was watching, went completely still. See, Jin-woo's wedding wasn't about love. It was about survival. His bride-to-be, Elena Volkov, was the daughter of the most powerful Russian syndicate in Eastern Europe. The marriage would unite 2 empires. End a 5-year conflict that had cost both sides millions. Create the most powerful criminal network from Moscow to Manila. Everything was perfect. Except, what mistake? Jin-woo's voice dropped to a whisper. Jasmine took a sip of her whiskey. The flowers. White chrysanthemums. In Korean culture, they're for funerals. But here's what your planner doesn't know. Elena's mother died surrounded by white chrysanthemums. She sees them as a death omen. Jin-woo's jaw clenched. You bring 1 bouquet of those into that wedding and Elena will interpret it as a threat. Her father will interpret it as an insult. The alliance will crumble before the vows are spoken. Silence. Who are you? Jasmine set down her glass. Someone who wants to keep you alive. What Jin-woo didn't know, what no one knew yet, was that Jasmine had been tracking him for 6 months. From Lagos to London to Seoul. Not because she was law enforcement. Not because she was a rival. But because 2 years ago, Jin-woo had saved her brother's life without knowing it. Jasmine's brother, David, had been caught in a weapons deal gone wrong. Thai Mafia on one side. Chinese triad on the other. He was supposed to die that night. But Jin-woo happened to be in Bangkok. Happened to intercept the deal for completely unrelated reasons. Happened to kill both parties when they refused his negotiation. David escaped. Never saw his savior's face. But Jasmine, brilliant, relentless Jasmine, she pieced it together. Spent 18 months confirming. And when she learned Jin-woo's wedding was a political assassination dressed as a celebration, she came to Seoul. I'll have the flowers changed, Jin-woo said. That's not enough. Jasmine pulled out her phone. Your head of security, Park Jae-sung. He's been on the Volkov payroll for 3 months. Jin-woo's hand moved to his concealed weapon. Careful, Jasmine whispered. We're in public. And I'm not your enemy. The plan is elegant. The Volkovs let the wedding happen. Everyone thinks peace is achieved. Then during the first dance, 6 minutes in, Jae-sung's team will stage a rival gang attack. She swiped to another photo. Elena will be accidentally killed in the crossfire. The Volkovs will blame you. Wipe out your entire organization in retaliation. And take over Seoul unopposed, Jin-woo finished. Exactly. Why tell me this? Because, Jasmine leaned closer, I need you to trust me. Completely. For the next 2 weeks. I don't trust anyone. Then you'll die at your own wedding. Jin-woo made a decision that would haunt him. He believed her. Not fully. Not stupidly. But enough. For the next 13 days they worked in secret. Jasmine brought intelligence. Jin-woo brought resources. They replaced Jae-sung without him knowing. Installed their own people in key positions. Changed the entire security infrastructure. But they couldn't call off the wedding. That would signal they knew about the plot. The Volkovs would accelerate. Attack immediately. No, Jin-woo had to marry Elena. Had to smile for the cameras. Had to let the Volkovs think they'd won. You'll need to act like nothing's wrong, Jasmine said on day 11. They were in his private office. City asleep below them. I know. Even with her. Especially with her. Jin-woo turned. I don't feel anything for Elena. This is business. She doesn't know that. Something shifted in that moment. Something neither of them planned for. You're not doing this just for your brother, Jin-woo said quietly. Jasmine's breath caught. How did he? I ran my own background check on you, Jin-woo continued. The day after we met. David survived Bangkok. But your father didn't survive Lagos. The Volkov family sold the weapons that killed him. You've been planning revenge for 3 years. Silence. Then Jasmine laughed. Soft. Almost sad. And you're still working with me? Your enemy is my enemy. Jin-woo moved closer. That makes us allies. Just allies. The air changed. For weeks they'd been professional. But now. Jin-woo reached out. Fully. Gave her time to move away. He didn't. His hand cupped her face. This complicates things, he whispered. Everything's already complicated. The Shilla Hotel Seoul. 2,000 guests. 50 armed security. One bride who believed she was about to become a queen. Elena Volkov looked like a winter goddess in her dress. $400,000 of silk and diamonds. She had no idea her entire family's plan was already burned. Jin-woo stood at the altar in a Tom Ford tuxedo. Jasmine wasn't supposed to be there. The plan was for her to coordinate remotely. But that morning she'd made a decision. A decision that would change everything. You have eyes on the east entrance? Jin-woo's voice crackled in her hidden earpiece. Affirmative, one of their people responded. Jasmine moved through the crowd. She'd gotten herself added to the guest list under a false identity. Nigerian diplomat's daughter. Minor player. Unimportant. Perfect cover. Elena walked down the aisle. Jin-woo watched her come. Everything was proceeding according to plan. The Volkovs would make their move during the reception. First dance. 6 minutes in. Except at 4:47 p.m., everything changed. Jasmine's earpiece crackled. We have a problem. It was Minho Jin-woo's second. The Volkovs know. I don't know how, but they know we switched the security. They're moving up the timeline. The hit's happening now. During the ceremony. 3 men. Positions around the altar. Hands moving inside jackets. Jasmine had 5 seconds to make a choice. Scream a warning, chaos, dozens might die. Stay silent, Jin-woo dies. Or, he moved. Elena and Jin-woo were facing the officiant. Do you Jin-woo Park take? Jasmine broke through the front row. Jin-woo saw her. Their eyes met. She saw him register the danger in her expression. And then she did the only thing that would create enough chaos to reset the room. She kissed him. Unmistakable. Right there. At the altar. In front of 2,000 people. In front of his bride. The 3 assassins froze. This wasn't part of any plan. Elena screamed. Actual scream. Rage and humiliation. Security rushed in. Jin-woo's Real security. In the confusion they neutralized the 3 gunmen. Clean. Quiet. Professional. No one else even noticed. All eyes were on the kiss. Jasmine pulled back. Jin-woo stared at her. Rooftop, she whispered against his lips. East side. 3 minutes. Then she ran. Stop her. Elena shrieked. But Jasmine was already gone. Jin-woo stood frozen for exactly 8 seconds. Then he moved. The wedding is postponed, he announced, voice cutting through the chaos like a blade. This is an insult. Victor roared. This, Jin-woo said coldly, is a conversation we'll have privately. What happened in that private room would become legend. Jin-woo laid out everything. The assassination plot. The compromised security. The 3 gunmen who were now in custody. You tried to kill me at my own wedding, Jin-woo said softly. That was a mistake. Victor's face went pale. Because Jin-woo wasn't angry. Angry could be negotiated with. Jin-woo was calm. You have 24 hours to leave Seoul, Jin-woo continued. Take your daughter. Take your insult. Take your war. You'll regret. The next words out of your mouth will determine whether you leave Seoul alive. Silence. We're done here. But as the Volkovs were being escorted out, Elena broke free. Ran straight at Jin-woo. Not to attack. To whisper. She's playing you too, you fool. That woman isn't who you think she is. Then she was gone. Jin-woo found Jasmine on the rooftop. Seoul spread out below them. City of 10 million lights. That was insane, he said. That was necessary. She didn't turn around. Jin-woo approached slowly. The gunmen are talking. We have everything we need to dismantle the Volkov network in Asia. Good. Jasmine. Finally she turned. I need to leave Seoul. Tonight. No. Jin-woo, whatever Elena said, whatever you think is going to happen, it's not about her. Jasmine's voice cracked. It's about what I haven't told you. She took a shaky breath. My father didn't just die because of Volkov weapons. He died because he was trying to stop a shipment. A shipment that was going to your organization. Jin-woo went very still. 2 years ago you ordered weapons from a Lagos supplier. You didn't know they were using child soldiers to transport them. My father found out. Tried to intervene. He was killed before he could stop it. Those weapons reached you. You used them in Bangkok. The pieces clicked into place. The same weapons that I used to save David, Jin-woo whispered. Yes. So everything, the warning, the intel, this whole plan was that revenge. It was supposed to be. Jasmine's voice broke. I spent 2 years planning to destroy you. Every single detail. I was going to let the Volkovs kill you and then take them down myself. But then I met you. I saw who you actually were. Not the monster in the intelligence reports. Just a man trying to survive in a world that doesn't allow for weakness. Tears streamed down her face now. And I fell in love with you. Like an idiot. Like a traitor to my own father's memory. Jin-woo should have been angry. He should have felt betrayed. Dad, he laughed. Not cruel. Almost relieved. You want to know something funny? He moved closer. I knew. Jasmine's breath stopped. What? Not everything. Not the details. But I knew you were connected to that Lagos shipment. I've known for 9 days. Minho found the connection. Brought it to me. Asked if he should neutralize you. What did you say? I said no. Jin-woo reached out, wiped a tear from her cheek. Because for the first time in my life someone looked at me and saw a person worth saving. You could have let me die at that wedding. Perfect revenge. The Volkovs would take the blame. You'd be free. I know. But you kissed me instead. A smile ghosted across his face. Most dramatic rescue I've ever experienced. Despite everything, Jasmine laughed. Broken. Wet. Ugh. So what happens now? She whispered. Now. Jin-woo's expression turned serious. Now you have a choice. You can leave. Tonight. I'll make sure you're safe. Give you resources. You'll never see me again. Or you stay. We finish what we started. Together. If I stay, your world will never accept me. Your organization, my organization follows me. And I'm choosing you. The other families will learn to adapt or become irrelevant. There's something else you should know, Jasmine said quietly. I didn't come to Seoul alone. I have a team. 5 people. Ex-military. They've been tracking every move the Volkovs made. She pulled out her phone. Showed him a video. In 6 hours there's a meeting. Moscow, Seoul, Tokyo and Manila crime families. They're planning to unite against you. Not because of the failed wedding. This was planned months ago. Jin-woo's eyes narrowed. The wedding was never about alliance. It was about distraction. Exactly. While you were focused on Elena, they were building a coalition. They're going to announce it tomorrow. A unified front to eliminate you and take over your territories. How long have you known? I found out 4 days ago. I was trying to figure out how to tell you without. Without what? Jin-woo's voice was dangerous now. Jasmine met his gaze. Without revealing that I've already infiltrated their meeting. My team isn't just surveillance. I have someone inside each organization. Also, Tokyo. Manila. She swiped to another screen. They think they're going to announce a coalition tomorrow. But what they're actually going to do is tear each other apart. Jin-woo stared at her. Really looked at her. This woman wasn't just intelligent. She was playing chess while everyone else played checkers. You've been planning this for 2 years. Since my father died. I was never going to just kill you, Jin-woo. I was going to destroy the entire system that allowed my father's death. But then I met you. And I realized you might be the only person powerful enough to actually change things. From the inside. You want to reform organized crime? He almost laughed. I want to end the parts that hurt innocent people. The trafficking. The child soldiers. The weapons to war zones. Keep the money. Keep the power. But stop the bloodshed that doesn't need to happen. Silence. Jin-woo processed this impossible woman in front of him. Then he made his decision. Tell me your plan. All of it. What Jasmine didn't tell Jin-woo, couldn't tell him yet, was that her team wasn't just infiltrating tomorrow's meeting. They were replacing 3 key players. The technology was experimental. Expensive. Illegal in 70 countries. Deepfake masks. Voice modulators. Movement training. Her people would attend the meeting as the actual crime bosses. And they would make sure the coalition destroyed itself from within. We're ready, Min-ho appeared in the rooftop doorway. The plane is fueled. Jin-woo turned to Jasmine. Last chance. You can still walk away from this. I'm not walking away. Not from you. Not from this. Then we move tonight. But as they turned to leave, Jasmine's phone buzzed. Message from her team in Moscow. 3 words that changed everything. Volkov knows. Abort. Jasmine's blood went cold. Jin-woo, the rooftop door exploded inward. But not Jin-woo's men. Not the Volkovs. It was Elena. And she was smiling. Did you really think, Elena said in perfect unaccented Korean, that I was just some spoiled Russian princess? I've been undercover in my own family for 3 years. FSB. Russian intelligence. She walked closer, gun trained on both of them. And you two just handed me the evidence I need to dismantle 4 crime syndicates in one move. Everything you said. Everything you planned. I have it all recorded. Jasmine's mind raced. The coalition meeting. Her team. Jin-woo's organization. All of it compromised. You can't. I can. And I am. Elena's smile widened. You wanted to change the system, Jasmine? Congratulations. You're about to burn it all down. You have 5 seconds to surrender. Both of you. Jin-woo looked at Jasmine. She looked back. And without words they both knew. They weren't surrendering. Don't, Elena started. Too late. They jumped. But here's what you need to know. That fall. That wasn't the end. It was just the beginning. Because in part 2, you're going to discover how they survived, what Elena's real mission is, and the one person who's been pulling the strings this entire time. Someone neither Jasmine nor Jin-woo saw coming. If you want to know what happens next, hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell because part 2 drops in 3 days. Drop a comment and tell me. Do you think Jin-woo and Jasmine can survive what's coming?